Good morning, everyone. Welcome to morning meeting. It is January 20th, 2021. I have with me today Martha, who's one of our CVHS seniors, to talk about GPAs. Couple quick announcements we're going to share in a second, but here's our agenda. We're going to talk about GPA data, interview Martha, and talk about Project 3.0. Two quick announcements. The first one is that we're getting ready to welcome some of you back to the building. To help us get ready, we're going to do some asynchronous days and have some asynchronous classes. So definitely pay special attention this Friday. Your science, Spanish, student support, and social studies classes, except for AP, will be asynchronous. So be on the lookout for announcements from your teachers. On Monday, January 25th, it'll be the other classes, English, math, project-based class, except for AP, will be asynchronous for your teachers to prepare for in-person return. January 26th to 28th, you might have some asynchronous classes, so be on the lookout for communication to your teachers. And don't forget that on January 29th, there'll be no school. The next announcement is that today there is the inauguration. There will be an inauguration viewing party. You should have received a Teams invite from your advisor. Feel free to join throughout the day. You don't have to stay the whole time, but we love to kind of have you join the student council as they host their first ever inauguration viewing party. We're going to talk about GPAs today, and I want to make sure that you know what a GPA is. So again, GPA is grade point average, and this is one of the main factors that impacts your college applications. GPAs are a way to show your academic record. So for every A that you get 4 points. For every B, you get 3 points, C, 2 points, and F, you get 0 points. This is an opportunity for colleges and for employers to see your progress in high school. Some people, when you apply for a job, will want to see what your GPA is to kind of see how you're progressing through high school. One thing that's really unique about being a DSST student is that we have special partnerships with colleges, and they know that the rigor of our school will help you get into certain colleges. So the schools that have the red arrow next to them, UNC, CU Denver, CSU, CU Boulder, and DU, DSST has a formal partnership with them, meaning that if you hit that GPA benchmark, you will receive automatic acceptance. So if you want to go to CU Denver and you get a 3.0, you will receive an automatic acceptance from being a DSST student. That doesn't mean that if you're below that benchmark that you'll never get into that school, but this will guarantee that admission. So what you should think about for yourself is what GPA you have. If you're at about 2.5, you will get into MSU Denver from being a DSST student. If you're at 275, you should get into Western Colorado from being a DSST student. And this will help us kind of like understand how GPA can impact some of your college options. Before we kind of talk to Martha about her GPA and how it's impacted her college applications, I do want to share some data where we stand as a school after trimester 1. In 9th grade, we have about 38% of students who are above a 3.0. As you can see, in 10th grade, it was 36%, 11th grade is 41%, and 12th grade is 44%. That's the percent of the class that's above a 3.0. The reason why we picked 3.0 is that studies have shown that if you get a 3.0 GPA, you are 4 times more likely to graduate from college, and being a DSST student means you get some automatic acceptances. We're now going to hear from Martha, and if you look at Martha's college list, you'll notice that she has applied to many schools across Colorado, and she has been accepted to every single school that she has applied to. She's waiting to hear back from Southwestern in Texas and CU Boulder. Martha is a student that currently has a GPA above a 3.0, and I would love to kind of hear from her a couple things. First, Martha, which school are you most proud of getting into?
Well, overall, I'm very happy with all the colleges I got into. I am most proud of getting to DU since it's a private school and it was my dream school.
And what impact do you think your GPA had on you getting accepted?
I think it did have a big impact because it was what determined my acceptance to the colleges I applied to.
And what are some things that you do to get your GPA up?
Some things I do to keep my GPA up is making sure I turn in my work done. Wrong or right, it's always best to turn things on time so that you don't lose too much points and can later on receive them back.
Awesome. What advice would you have for students who are trying to improve their GPA?
My advice would be always try to turn in your work on time so that you don't lose points since most of the work is practice and participation and counts for most of your grade. Don't leave things for last minute. If you have time to do it in class, do it. Leaving things for last minute can be overwhelming and stressful. I really encourage all of you to not have anything for last minute. Talk to your teachers. Communication is the key. Ask for help. It can really help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Everyone at some point will need to will need help to become better. GPA is always important. Overall, never give up. School can be challenging, but everything will pay off at the end. Focus on yourself and you will do great in school and life. Always remember who you are and that you are always capable of so much.
Awesome. What great advice, Martha. I definitely know that a lot of students will really benefit from all that great advice. So, students, what we're shooting for is that we want every grade level to be above 50% by the end of trimester 2. So this will be a collective effort by a grade. We also want you to know that we're going to look at some individual celebrations. We're going to look at the top 10 students with the highest overall GPA and look for the top 10 students' largest growth for their GPA by grade level from trimester 1. So this is kind of the launch of Project 3.0. We're going to have more information coming when we have some students in the building. But again, we're setting these goals to hopefully improve our GPAs by a certain number to hit that 50% benchmark. Some pro tips that Martha has already shared, I'm going to add a couple of them, is follow this 3-step strategy for a GPA. The first thing is make a game plan. Make a plan with your advisor to boost your GPA, write it down and stick to it. The second one that Martha mentioned is participate, go to class. And the last one, the A, is for assignments. Turn in all missing assignments, do everything as you can. Remember, an F in a class is worth 0 points. So now is the time to follow your GPA strategy to help boost your GPA by the end of the trimester. Martha, can you read this quote for us as we close out?
If Plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters. Stay cool.
Awesome. As you make a plan, be flexible with your plan, show some grace to it, and let's get those GPAs up even higher. Thank you, Wolves. Enjoy the day. Bye, everyone.